Hi, Emanuela here. I was recording a podcast last week and was asked by the host of Motherhood, Menopause and Marriage if I could recommend some vocal warm-ups for non-singers. So this is the video I was going to make for them, and I thought perhaps you might find it helpful too. If you have any questions, feel free to comment or DM me. The first thing I want you to understand is that your voice box is actually a constellation of one little bone and some sinew and some cartilage that sits here inside your throat. And it's actually not attached to anything in the way that, your arm bone's connected to your elbow bone's connected to your wrist bone. It's something that can move up and down quite freely. If you think of it like an elevator within an elevator shaft, and it can move up and down in there. And so when we move it up, we're making all the space in our throat and our pharynx and our larynx and our mouth smaller. And when we move it down, we're making it bigger. And so, and usually for most of us, it sits somewhere in the middle. Now, that's what we want. We want it to sit in a nice, easy space. But by stretching it up and stretching it down, making the space bigger and smaller, we're kind of warming up the muscles the same way you would if you're an athlete warming up before a race. So if you have a big presentation, or if you have, a talk that you need to give that's important and you're worried about your voice giving out on you, doing this warm up can really help you start to feel in your body and get your body feeling ready to vocalize in a way that's going to sound more warm and more cohesive. So here we go. I want you to first do for me, we're going to do it on a Y sound, and we're going to go yay. And I want you to think of yourself as like a teenager, a cheerleader. Yay! And then we're going to do in the middle, like a bored teenager, And then I want you to think, for those who are of the same generation as me, you might remember Yogi Bear, yo, yo. And so what we're doing is we're moving it up and down, that like that elevator in the shaft. So we're going to go, yay, yo, yay, yo, And the reason we're using the y sound is, especially for those of you who are British or Australian, in the English-speaking countries, the y sound gets the back of the tongue up and rolling forward like a wave, because we tend to have quite flat tongues in our Australian accent, which is where I'm originally from. Whereas in a lot of the American accents, they have that bright, twangy sound, which is why you'll hear them on the train over every other voice. What it does is it creates a brightness in the sound because it creates harmonics that our ear will pick up. So by bringing your tongue up and forward and rolling it forward, you're creating an even bigger stretch, because your tongue attaches to the top of your larynx and all around in the back of your throat and here underneath your chin. So one more time together. Yay! Yo, yay! Yo, Okay, so the next warm-up we're going to do is for articulation. And I'm sure anyone who's ever taken an acting class or seen something like The King's Speech has seen something like this before. So we're going to do the tip of the tongue, the top of the teeth, the tip of the tongue, the top of the teeth, the tip of the tongue, the top of the teeth, the tip of the tongue, the top of the teeth. So that warms up your lips and the tip of your tongue. And then the next warm-up would be, she sells seashells by the seashore. The shells she sells are seashells, I'm sure. Ooh, I nearly got through that one. Let's try it again. She sells seashells by the seashore. The shells she sells are seashells, I'm sure. So that gets the lips and the cheeks moving. Now, this one is the one that I often fall over on. So we start out really slowly, and what it does is it gets the sides of the tongue and the lips moving together. So here we go. Red leather, yellow leather, red leather, yellow leather, red leather, yellow leather, red leather, yellow leather, red leather, yellow. Okay, so you get the idea. So there's three nice little ones there for articulation. Tip of the tongue, top of the teeth, tip of the tongue, top of the teeth, tip of the tongue, top of the teeth. And then she sells seashells by the seashore. The shells she sells are seashells, I'm sure. And red leather, yellow leather. I'm sure there's plenty more, and if you'd like to, email me and I will send some out. I will make a long list when I have some time to think about it some more. In the meantime, if you have any questions, ask away, or I'll see you in my next video. Bye.